Here we are at the Pine Creek Pass trailhead. This is our aborted Lake Basin, now we're going to Humphreys Basin trip. So that makes it Plan B. We got a big fire burning over on the west side that's making it kind of smoky. If it gets too bad, we may have to abort and go to Plan C. So here's hoping for good weather and minimal smoke. Don't remember that sign before. Alrighty, up we go. Wow, look at that shiny blue new hat. Got some new boots too. How you feeling so far?
Okay.
Ask again in another hour, huh?
Yeah, right.
5 minutes in, still feeling pretty good.
Not too bad.
Here's the mine over there. Now on the road that comes up from over there. Just had a nice little rest here at the stream crossing. Mainly because there's a nice shady spot right here. Not a lot of shade on this trail at this time of day. You can see Pine Creek way up there. Down here too. Definitely a little less flow than the last time I was here. I'd really forgotten how steep this road is. But we're taking our time and resting often. Enjoying the views. One more switchback coming up. I wonder if that's the Brownstone Mine. Definitely looks like the entrance is something. Getting off that road now. I don't know that I expect the trail to improve a whole lot, but at least it's a marker. I think we're finally above this waterfall. Made it across Pine Creek. Rather quickly, didn't have to take any backpacks off. It's nice and wide and flat. Easy enough for me to just help Mom across. Welcome to Pine Lake.
Aha. Beautiful. Nice.
See a little of the smoke in the air. Not bad though.
Not bad at all. Only 6 toes. Wow. All these little craggy peaks. Cool. I could just take this stupid thing off for now.
Yeah, you're out of the sun for right now. So I know now this is not Peppermint Peak, but it sure looks like it could be. Peppermint Peak, this is too low to be Peppermint Peak. It's actually much closer to Bear Creek Spire. Speaking of bears, that almost looks like the claw. Well, we didn't quite make it to Honeymoon Lake. We were figuring we'd stop as soon as we could. We're here by the stream crossing of the stream that comes out of Bircham Lake to a spot I had marked probably from the last time I was here, and it worked out nicely. Water's not too far away, and neither is the trail, really. And we've got our brand new tent on its maiden voyage. It's basically the 3-man version of my little 1-man tent. What do we got for dinner tonight?
Pork cheese corkscrew pasta.
All right. Yep, I think that sounds about right to me.
No, it's good. Except it's still a little warm.
Yep.
And we have our apple cider.
Oh, yes.
And we're eating up our chips from lunch that we didn't eat lunchtime.
They're almost gone, too. I didn't have any trouble getting rid of those.
I ate the other half of my peanut butter sandwich.
That's good. Should be pretty full tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, day 2 is beginning. We are in day hike mode right now. I'm going to try to just day hike up by the Royce Lakes and then come back and see if we feel like packing up and moving. So here goes. There's Upper Pine Lake that we just passed. It's mostly in the shade when we went by, so that's why I didn't bother shooting anything. And there's the continuation of Peppermint Ridge. Should be coming to the Granite Park Junction here pretty soon. There's Honeymoon Lake. We've gone around it now, and the trail is becoming a lot less friendly. Not to mention steep. Stop for a nice little break here where the trail crosses the creek coming from Granite Park. Up that way. And we're going to be turning to head for Royce Pass. Up that way.
Where'd you go?
Right here.
Oh, yeah. Pulling into the rock too much.
Sorry about that. A little bit of easy going right now. There's where we're going. Looking real good. Got some cute little streams meandering through too. Getting a little harder to breathe up here, huh?
Yep. Just a little.
Should be getting pretty close. That should be Spire Peak up there. I'm starting to see maybe Royce Peak peeking over the top. There's the other one with his awkwardly leaning summit block. Welcome to the Royce Lakes Basin.
Wow. Pretty.
You see the lake yet?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, beautiful. Oh, look at that big snow patch over there.
And there's Feather Peak. I think this was Royce Peak.
I thought you said this
And
was
Merriam
Royce
Peak. I did find a little stream flowing between the uppermost and the biggest Royce Lakes. So I filled up on water for lunch. We're heading up to my little hill.
You get a nice view of the lake from here.
That's why I wanted to come over here.
Yeah, I understand.
Just had a nice little lunch break on this high point overlooking the two uppermost Royce Lakes. And enjoying the views and guessing what peaks are what. At least the distance ones. We know what these are. Smoke's starting to blow in a little bit from over here. Nice that it waits until later in the afternoon to do that. I was thinking that's the Keyhole Plateau out there. One of our targets for the Sierra Challenge this year. I think that's Mount Humphreys peeking over the ridge. Here's the uppermost Royce Lake. A little bit sheltered from the wind up here. There's Feather Peak and Royce Peak. Definitely a big lake too. Rather interesting sounds coming from over there. It's just the water slapping the rocks. And speaking of rocks, in the rocks around here we have a whole bunch of the rock fringe. Don't remember seeing that last time. Guess it just wasn't out yet. Just about back to Royce Pass now. And the big sand beach. So now we're going to try and continue around the lake this way. Should be some more boulder hopping fun. Followed by hopefully a lot easier terrain. Got your boulder hopping fix now?
Oh, yeah.
And then some.
Yeah. Is that it?
I hope so. Looks better in the direction we're going.
Good.
Okay, time to say goodbye to the largest Royce Lake. Time to go visit the smallest Royce Lake. From one extreme to the other. At least it's easy traveling through here for now. Cute little beach. Even the smallest Royce Lake is pretty big.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just hope this doesn't cause us too much trouble over here.
Oh, really?
Now for the last of the Royce Lakes. Okay, it's kind of a toss-up which is bigger. This one or the uppermost one. I can never remember.
Looks pretty big to me.
Got another cool leaning block up there. Can you see that?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Too bad that's not the summit.
Uh-huh.
Little ways over there.
There's a glacier back up in there, too.
Uh-huh. And looks like pretty easy travels. There's Mount Humphreys. Yep, the smoke's coming. It's kind of already here. Okay, time to turn and head towards Pine Creek Pass. Probably over this way somewhere. Yeah, these hazy views are what I was afraid it was going to be like. Luckily though, it's only like this towards the end of the day, at least today. Feather Peak a little bit. Royce and Merriam. I think these were lakes the last time I came through here. Should be just about down to Pine Creek Pass. All right, I think we're down. Trail's right here. All right, mad dash back to camp.
Well, can
Can you see what's waiting for you here at the pass?
a sign?
Uh-huh. You love your signs, especially at passes. It's kind of hard to read.
Good grief. Looks like it's been there about 20 years. It looks like it's seen a few weather episodes.
Yeah, these wooden signs don't last forever.
No. Well, it's...
Spotted a big bunny. Here comes the junction, which means we're about a mile away from camp or less. Good, because we're getting hungry for dinner. Ah, home sweet home.
Oh, wow.
You look surprised.
I was expecting you to come at it from the other direction.
That's because that's what we did yesterday.
Oh. Oh, boy.
Day 3 and the backpacks are on again. We're leaving this camp that served us pretty well for 2 nights. Heading on up into the upper reaches of French Canyon. Maybe we'll make it to Humphreys Basin, we'll see. There's this little lake on the way up to Pine Creek Pass. Stopped here to put on sunscreen and take a little rest. Still a little bit of smoke lingering in the air. Here's my Peppermint Ridge. That's probably Bear Creek Spire. Hey, welcome back to Pine Creek Pass.
Yeah. A little harder to get here today.
I don't know, that roundabout way of getting here was pretty tough yesterday,
Oh, that's true.
but a lot more scenic.
Yeah.
Got some clouds overhead today. We may be changing our plans yet again.
Now, didn't you say you wanted to go look for some campsites or something?
Yeah. We're beginning the descent into French Canyon. Here's Mount Humphreys. Hopefully where we're going to stay is somewhere up there by that little peak. Puppet Lake. So if you're coming out of the Royce Lakes Basin, this looks like a pretty easy descent too. Of course you'll drop an extra 100 feet or two. Seeing plenty of looping along the trail so far. Finally, we're seeing some substantial flowers on this trip. Well, we found our sign. So we'll be heading off this direction now. Just had a nice little lunch break here where you cross French Creek in its early stages. Had some nice peanut butter and crackers. Watching the clouds drift by. And kind of see the cascade coming out of the Royce Lakes over there. May have a more head-on shot later on today. Pretty nice day here in French Canyon. Let's hope it stays that way. There's the cascade again.
Oh, yeah. Nice. I'm in your way.
No, you're fine.
Wow. Very nice.
And I guess that canyon over there is where the high route goes up towards Feather Pass.
All right. Is that Elba?
Elba.
Oh, Elba?
Elba's the first one.
Oh.
That's what we're here to see, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
Let's just hope my ramp over here holds up to get up to Puppet Lake.
You can't see your cascade from here.
No, no cascade. Well, we goofed a little. The trail's getting a little hard to find, so we followed a use trail over to some camp and crossed this stream unnecessarily, so now we get to cross it again. That's okay, it's very scenic over here. It would make a good future camping spot. Such a beautiful lake, too. We're almost to Moon Lake. Found some more great camp spots. This is Moon Lake.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Pretty one. Another biggie. My gosh.
I think I'm kind of starting to see my ramp too. Very open out here, but there are trees. Good spot for a little break.
Beautiful.
We're almost to L Lake. I'm seeing the little ramp I want to try to utilize to get up to Puppet Lake. Right there. Came over here a little ways to check out L Lake. That's kind of the heel right there.
See how you
That's Moon Lake down there. That's where the Royce Lakes are. Bear Creek Spire. Passing by another little puddle on our way up to Puppet Lake.
Oh boy.
This doesn't look too bad.
That's good.
Definitely got steep. But we're getting up there in a hurry. Well, by Mom's terms anyway. There's Moon Lake. You can kind of see Elba Lake down there. And we're just about to get into my good ramp. Should take us the rest of the way. Okay, we're starting up the ramp.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, see? Look up.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
lake. That's L Lake. Just about at the top of the ramp. You see it? Yeah.
Oh, I see, yeah. Boy, that's a biggie. Wow. So then what are the other ones?
Probably the other French named ones.
What about this little puddle in there?
Found a spot to camp. And we're real excited to be here, aren't we?
Yes. Big, beautiful lake. Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of hard shooting into the sun right now, so stay tuned for that tomorrow morning. Ought to be real nice. Enjoying your dinner?
Yes, very good.
Angel hair pasta.
With chicken. Yeah, very good. It's easy to eat it this way.
Smoke makes for a rather interesting sunset. Guess we're on what, day 4 now?
Mm-hmm.
Starting to lose track of days. We must be having a good time.
I think it's Wednesday.
It's another-
Oh, I didn't even put my heart rate monitor on. Oh, who cares?
It's another beautiful day here at Puppet Lake. Nice and sunny out there. But where we are, it's still in the shade. But we're all buttoned up, ready to head on up to Puppet Pass. This should be interesting. Oh, we're already pretty high up. You can see most of Puppet Lake.
This thing doesn't mess around. Gets you up the hill fast. Oy.
Well, there's what we have to climb. Now is when things really get interesting.
Oh my gosh.
We're not quite to the pass yet, but we're pretty close. And in the meantime, we're passing through a little Columbine oasis in here. I've already climbed a little higher, and the good news is there's more up there.
So pretty.
I think we're here.
I would say. Yes, indeed. Oh,
Looks much gentler on this side.
oh, thank goodness. Yeah. Oh, wow, yeah. Okay, start shedding the clothes.
Yeah, it's getting warm. So there's Puppet Lake, of course. In the distance back there we have Alsace Lake, then Paris Lake, Lorraine Lake, Blanc Lake, and Roger Lake coming towards us. There's the Royce Lakes Basin. You can see the cascade too. Oh, I think I see Merriam Lake too.
Well, you might. I saw it on the map here.
That definitely looks like a lake. Making our way through easier terrain.
Much easier.
Well, easier, yeah. Still not super easy.
No.
Looks like the beginnings of a little stream. A little steep and rocky coming down through there. Maybe I can find a better way on the way back. Now we should be on some easier terrain, I hope. There's our target for today. And our possible secondary target, Mesa Lake.
No, that's not it there, is it?
Yeah, the big lake. That's him. That's not all of him, probably, but that's him.
Yeah.
Mesa and Tomahawk. And Desolation. And there's Little Wedge Lake, too. Slowly making our way down. Managing to find some pretty easy ground. There's Mount Humphreys again. Clouds aren't getting much bigger, but I'm sure watching them. Who gets credit for finding a nice patch of alpine gentians. This one's wide open here. Spotted a little Sierra gentian family over here. Combination of Sierra gentians and monkey flowers here.
Good little wind blowing, huh? Come into something?
Yeah, bunch of gentians. A little bit farther.
Well, I see one there. Looks like a bunch. Oh my gosh! Whoa! Oh my goodness! That's a lot. Wow. Woo. Very nice.
Nice little gentian city.
Boy, I should say.
There's Pilot Knob peeking up over there. The Glacier Divide, the Mathis Glaciers. Crossing the outlet of Big Desolation Lake. I've already crossed it once to get over there. Not a whole lot of flow, or it's just really wide and shallow. Here's one of the wider spots. There's another one down there. Yes.
See him moving.
Yeah. There's some people over there. From one big lake to another.
Yeah.
There's Mesa Lake. This is what's so great about Humphreys Basin. Aside from all the ups and downs, the terrain is pretty easy. Hey, if Mom can do it with no help, it's not that bad. Not a whole lot of water coming out of Wedge Lake. Seems to me the stream coming in, that comes in from up by Puppet Pass, had more water in it last time too. Well, here's what I have marked as the camp. A little bit of a slope. Might be able to set up down there instead.
Oh, is this your campsite?
Uh-huh.
Ah.
Had a nice little lunch spot at this, or lunch stop at this rock. Got to get out of the wind for a little bit. Still watching the clouds. Not getting much worse. Still perfectly blue sky overhead. And clouds to the east over the crest, and clouds kind of peeking up over to the west too. We're kind of in a little clear spot, which is perfect. We'll take it.
Yeah.
But now we're headed back to Puppet Pass.
Oh, really?
Climbing above Mesa Lake. I think I spotted Mount Darwin over there behind Alpine Call. It kind of looks like his snowfield. Like a lot of boulders coming down from Alpine Call, which is exactly what I've heard. There's Tomahawk Lake down there. Some great views of Mesa Lake. Unfortunately, can't see Desolation. Of course, you can still see Mount Humphreys. I think that's why they call this Humphreys Basin. This is looking pretty good. We came down this grassy ramp over here earlier, but then it turned into slippery rocks. So I'm hoping we can stay high and aim for this one. It's like the smoke's starting to come in, so we're leaving just in time. grassy ramp now. Look at that. I brought us right to the mouth of the basin. I just got to make a left turn and head on up. Nice and easy. Until we get closer, then it gets tougher. There's the breeze. Yeah. There's that tree we were aiming for, right behind you.
Where did we stop before?
Oh, right about in here.
Oh boy, that's the fun part.
Yep, the part we've been dreading all day long.
Oh, can't you call my helicopter? Oh,
I could, but it'll be really expensive. And we'll be leaving a bunch of stuff out. Okay, down we go. I decided to put the camera away to make it easier to drop my stuff. So I don't know how much I'm going to shoot on the way down. I'll just be too focused on getting Mom down. I think we're off the hardest stuff. Wow, does it feel good to be on grass again?
oh yes.
Boy, what a
Rocks are
mess.
pretty tough. Oh my goodness. Wow.
But we did it.
That looks like an impenetrable wall, but when you get closer, it's not that bad.
Like I said, it's doable.
It's doable. You're right.
Camp should be right over this hill. There we are. Home sweet home. At the still pretty darn enormous Puppet Lake.
Oh yeah.
I was measuring on my GPS. Desolation Lake's about twice as long as Puppet Lake is. I think we made it down in about an hour and a half.
Not too bad for a lady, huh?
No, not at all.
Woo-wee. What a day. Yep. Pretty darn good.
Well, the nice thing about getting back to camp early is you get to relax by the lake for a while.
I hope you're not videoing me.
It's a little smoky still, but at least the clouds are kind of dissipating.
The smoke really doesn't bother us too much.
Almost looks like they're dissipating more quickly than they did last night. It seemed like they were still around a little bit at night. Yeah. I was really glad to see them all gone in the morning. Dinner time.
Yay!
What have we got tonight?
Our favorite, loaded instant mashed potatoes with chicken in it.
Another good
Yummy.
post-day hike
Yes. Very
meal.
good. Yep, and it sure smells good.
Yeah, I can't wait to dive in.
Woo! There's all that good yummy stuff in there.
Oh yeah. Who needs Carl's Jr.? $6 burger Western combo.
Nope.
Ooh, I know what I'm having for dinner when we get out of here.
Very good.
Well, boo-hoo, I never thought I'd be so sorry to see all the clouds go away. Our sunset tonight is kind of ho-hum. Oh well. I guess I'll have to enjoy stargazing instead after it gets really dark. I think that peak out there is Seven Gables. Now that little double bump over there is probably Gemini. Not sure if that more rounded one has a name though. Kind of don't think it does. Beautiful reflection this morning. You gotta be kind of daring to get out here and brave the cold. There's Gemini and Seven Gables. Of course, Merriam Peak in the reflection today.
Pilot knob. It's in the sun.
That's right. Not that. That one. As much as fun as it's been on this trip so far, this one I think is going to get away from us. But that's okay. He's not going anywhere. Alright, we're up and dressed and packed up, sort of, for our little breakfast hike down to the sun. And hopefully some other lakes beyond that. It's like another great day. Just had a nice little breakfast stop here.
Yeah.
Out in the sun.
Amidst the big rocks.
Yeah, I climbed up on this one. Our camp is still in the shade back there. That peak keeps us in the shade for quite a while. There's Puppet Pass. Not going there today.
Wondering if they're still around.
What a beautiful place. We're about at the point where Puppet Lake curves around. There's the rather formidable looking Pilot Knob.
I think I'm going to go around. Well. Yeah, that does look pretty formidable from this side. Ooh.
Kind of at the fingertips of the Puppet now. Taking a little side trip to see Lorain Lake. This is Paris Lake. We'll be going by it a little bit. Here's Lorain Lake. I think I just barely see Mount Humphreys peeking over Puppet Pass.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what else that would be.
Yeah, that's true. What else would be tall enough to be poking over there?
And be that pointy around here.
Yeah.
Back to Paris Lake again. Very big. And very deep blue from this angle. Here's the tip of Puppet Lake. Kind of see the cascade too. And here's Alsace Lake. Very big indeed. It's even got a little island. Looks like there might be a little bird sitting on top of that rock.
There's something it looks like, isn't it? Yeah. Can't you zoom in with your camera and see?
That's what I was doing.
It looks like something. You still filming?
Some yellow monkey flowers here by the inlet to Alsace Lake. Coming down from Paris Lake. You liking it?
Yeah, beautiful. There's
I guess this is the outlet of Alsace Lake. Possibly headed down to Chevaux Lake. I guess that's Pilot Pass and Pilot Knob. And there's Chevaux Lake. Right at the base of Pilot Knob. This looks doable here, it'd just be real tedious. Small but still very nice. Tricky little outflow to get across. Well, for Mom anyway. I guess now we'll be heading back up to Alsace Lake. Cruising back around Alsace Lake now, around the other side. You can see Mount Humphreys again. And of course Pilot Knob still.
There's Humphreys.
Of course there's Merriam Peak. Well, we may not have made it to the lake basin this year, but we made it to a lake basin. Coming around the tip of Alsace Lake now. And into a little cliff here. But there's some convenient steps right there. Got Mom down that. Time to say goodbye to Alsace Lake. We're headed back up to Puppet Lake now. Puppet Lake with a couple of puddles. Looks like easy going again. Calling these the Puppet Puddles, for lack of a better name. So there's Puppet Lake. And from here we can look down into the upper part of French Canyon. Got Moon Lake and Elba Lake. Pine Creek Pass is over there. Probably one of the closest views of that cascade. And there's what we did yesterday. That's where we go pretty soon, another day or two. That's Puppet Lake there. Coming to another low spot on the ridge. Here's our Peppermint Ridge over there. Air Creek Spire. Of course, Merriam Peak. There's Seven Gables and Gemini. And Pilot Knob. This is just about the lowest spot on the ridge. Looking across about the full length of Puppet Lake. Are we having fun yet?
Yeah, of course.
There's Mount Humphreys again. Merriam and Royce Peaks. I don't think that's Feather Peak there. I think it's behind them. Creek spire back there. There's the plateau we crossed coming out of the Royce Lakes Basin. And the Peppermint Peak. Or Peppermint Ridge, actually. There's the tent way over there. Thank goodness it's finally out in the sun.
Hope our bags are getting dry.
Well, we got back to camp. I went for a little swim. Most refreshing. And now we've packed up and we're headed on up to eventually French Lake, we hope. First though, we're going to go have lunch at Star Lake. Here's our spot. Here's our next stop for lunch. Star Lake. Here's our Puppet Pass Peak. Came down to the shore of Star Lake and had lunch. Seemed a little silly to just pack everything up and then unpack it again. Though we didn't unpack everything. I checked it out and we're going to be circling around the lake to see a few others before we get to Steelhead Lake. Here's a nice little overlook. You can see L Lake in all of its L glory. As backwards as it may be. And there's Moon Lake and Elbow Lake down there. Very nice. Cruising around Star Lake now. Star Lake's little extra puddles now. This is the direction we're going down as necessary. Some great high views though of L Lake and the other two. Made it up here by Steelhead Lake. Another big one. Now if the terrain will just cooperate, maybe we can enjoy it. Well, up there somewhere is a Rust Lake, but it looks pretty rugged to get up there. So I think we'll pass on that one. Still clouds all around us, but blue sky overhead, more or less. Just to the east there's some clouds. Well, our terrain held out nicely. Took a nice little break here by the outlet. Had some snacks. Pumped some water out of the outlet. I checked out the route ahead. Won't be quick, but it should be fairly easy. Okay, farewell Steelhead Lake. That's where we came in over there. There's French Lake, our destination for tonight. A lot of boulders between us and there, so we're going to have to take a little bit of a detour. Checked it out and it should work. We made it to French Lake. More tricky route finding, but success. And just like Evolution Lake, we're going to kind of be staying in a penthouse of sorts. Up here on top of these rocks. Not all the way at the top. This way we'll be sheltered from the wind. There's our spot.
What?
There's our camp spot.
Oh, yeah.
Kitchen. And it looks like we're going to get some alpenglow tonight. Well, I guess that's the trouble with getting to camp a little late. You miss the alpenglow while you're cooking dinner. Well, you get to see a little anyway. Oh boy, does that look good.
Mm-hmm. Smells good too.
Beef stroganoff, backpacking style.
Yep. Oh, that's good. good. Yeah, you better come over here and get some.
Oh, I will.
Mm.
Well, here it is, day 6. Our last full day out here. Gonna take another little day trip. Pretty short one though, I hope. Gonna head up to these other little lakes up here, like Little French Lake and Latite Lake. Just go explore around over here a little bit. Another big lake. And so far, another beautiful day. No smoke or clouds. Sounds like Mom just found Little French Lake. Should be right over here. Not too little.
No, not really.
Smaller than the main one though.
Oh, yeah.
So there's the little one. And there's the big one down there. Love this grass where we can find it. So easy going, Mom can find her own way. Here's Lower Petite Lake. Huh. Maybe I was wrong. I think Latite Lake is actually right up there.
Where's the other one?
That's probably Upper Petite Lake there. So it looks like we should be able to get to all of them. And Latite will be right up there. Here's Upper Petite Lake. Like a pretty cool beach on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
And from here it should be a left turn up to Latite.
So no more lakes up there, right? I hope.
No. So Upper Petite. Boulder City. And Lower Petite. And in the background, Merriam, Royce, and Feather. As usual. I think I'm gonna go back down and head this direction, trying to get to Latite. Here's a little puddle before the lake itself.
Yeah. Can you see the other one?
Maybe if we go around there a little further, we can see the upper.
Yeah, maybe a little. So that's Four Gables up there, huh?
I think so, right up there. So is that the Four Gables? That's what I keep calling it. Well, we just got done with a nice little swim here at Latite Lake. I even managed to get Mom in the water. You feel better, Mom?
Yep. Feels good.
Kind of a shallow lake. There's big rocks to kind of go between. As long as the wind doesn't blow, it's very pleasant. Back to French Lake. We're going to try to cruise around the other side of the lake, scout out our exit point. Another beautiful day. We're about opposite the lake from our tent. At one of the little coves here. Another little cove. This one's got some fireweed blooming nearby. Now for the tricky part, getting back to camp. We got back about 2 o'clock. What time is it now? 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we're leaving camp finally. That's gotta be a record. Can you blame us though? Who wants to leave this place? Carl's Jr. is not here. That's why we want to leave.
Yep.
Well, this is the terrain we have to cover back to Pine Creek Pass. Looks pretty good for the most part. A lot of open areas, minimal boulders. The end might get a little bouldery, but hopefully we'll pick up the trail before then. Did I say trail? We're going to be back on a trail.
Oh boy. Wow. Big flat plain.
Success. Looky what I found.
Huh. Gentians.
No.
Uh,
She's going to step right across it, not even see it.
what, shooting stars?
No.
No, that one. What?
The trail!
Oh! Oh! That's the trail? Oh my gosh! Wow! Ha ha! I didn't notice that.
There's the lake at the top of the pass. Farewell, French Canyon. Feel like we got the grand tour. Bye, Humphreys. Today's been excellent weather-wise. Minimal clouds and virtually no smoke. Why are we leaving again? Oh yeah, Carl's Jr. This is the fancy drift fence with the human bypass. You don't want to scrape your backpack on the barbed wire.
Yep.
That's one reason you don't carry your pad on the outside.
That's right.
Boy, it sure is nice to see all this without any smoke.
Yeah, it is.
Or really big clouds. A few days ago when we hiked down here, it was getting so smoky it was just unpleasant. I guess they must be making good progress on that fire, or else the wind shifted big time. Here's our stripy peak.
Oh yeah. This part.
And there's where I hope to have climbed a week from today. Good old Bear Creek Spire.
Yeah, still looking at you, isn't it?
We're almost back to where we're hoping we're going to camp. Some nice reflections in Upper Pine Lake. It's finally scenic here too. Well, as luck would have it, our camp was waiting for us last night. We're getting packed up now, we're almost ready to go. Last day, only about 5 or 6 miles. Looks like there's another little campsite up on these rocks. Might be a little more out in the open. Good for stargazing and stuff. Great views of this Peppermint Ridge. Alright, we're out of here. Last day. Here's Pine Lake. As we go around Pine Lake, we get to stare at all these pepperminty rocks. The thing we call the bear claw.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like it has 6 toes.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Yeah.
Funny how the peppermint effect kind of comes to an end right about here. And these rocks over here don't have it as much.
They sure don't, do they?
You definitely seem a lot happier than a few days ago going through here.
Oh yeah, much.
We're at the outlet of Pine Lake now. Time to say farewell to all the beautiful country we've been in for the past few days. That bear claw thing kind of disappeared. I guess that might be it. It just looks different from different angles. Kind of like the castle domes. That should be Feather Peak one last time back there. And the Royce Pass pinnacles. So much easier to enjoy this on the way down. Freshly acclimated in the cool morning. What a difference a few days makes.
That's for sure. Oh, it's like heaven.
Even if there are some steps,
Yeah.
they're not bad through here.
Gorgeous. Pine Creek, you're beautiful. You must be a trail. You're beautiful. Wow.
That looks like cars in the parking lot. It's still a long way away. But hey, at least it's in sight.
Oh, nice cool breeze. What was that the other day?
This is why we wear waterproof boots.
Now he's likely to get up there somehow, huh? Oh!
Piece of cake.
Yeah. Whoa, whoa, look at
Got some people rappelling up here on this rock face.
more than one.
Yeah, there's another guy lower down. There he is. That's pretty freaky, but I hear it's pretty fun too. He must have a pretty long rope. He's been doing that for a while now.
Maybe he's just gonna get done with the other guy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he will. That'll be it, and then they'll pull the rope down. Oh, there's a third guy and a fourth guy.
Oh my gosh. Up higher? Or
No, lower.
Huh. Where are the, oh, I can't. Oh, I see. There's.
I wonder
yeah.
if they might be going up.
Suppose that's how they got up there too.
Could be.
I see number 3. Which number?
There he is. Got a lot of gear. See a couple of ropes there. Sure looks like a smooth wall, doesn't it? Oh, he's got chalk in his pocket there. Or chalk bag, whatever you call it. You know, as patient as I am about stuff, that just seems like it moves in such slow motion. I think that's why I don't want to do it.
With this going up.
There you go. Now what? I just come back down, I guess, huh?
He's kind of repelling. Oh, maybe
Yeah.
they take turns.
Must be what they're doing.
He's holding it. Oh, she was holding. Oh, Lord.
And then they're just letting the rope go through. Ta-da! So I guess with these two guys, the other guy's taking his turn now. He's belaying. He's climbing. Up to there, where the anchor is. Like I said, who put the anchor in the first place?
Just run up there and ask him.
Like the next person's going now. They actually just fell a short distance. But that's why you're on a rope. We're at the Brownstone Mine Junction right now. Here come more backpackers. I guess these brown rocks over here are why they call it the Brownstone Mine. Another beautiful day. We're just a little sorry to be walking out today. Seen a few blazing stars in the middle of the road. This one looks pretty darn healthy still, at least at the bottom. Had another nice rest here at this cascade. I already sent Mom off down the hill after filling up our water bottles to take home. Just gotta catch up to her now. There's that tungsten mine. Just about at the junction to go down to the mine. See if she finds this trail okay. Looks like it. See some of these old towers that I guess they used to use to haul stuff down the mountain. Would have been interesting to see this place running. Yay, we're just about back.
Hey! There's no horses here either. Where are the horses? Still there?
Well, there's a blue car here that looks kind of familiar.
Yeah.
And it unlocked when I told it to.
Yay! Hey, little Subaru. Well, that's not the one. Yes, it is. Oh, good to see you.
Ah, yay.
Yay! How many miles?
54.67.
Wow.
Total time 63 hours and 7 minutes, not counting the time it was off,
Oh,
which is most of the night. Hey, our overall average improved to 0.9. We were at 0.8 for most of the trip.
Oh my gosh.